Modern Warfare's campaign is one of the most intense campaigns that we've seen in recent years. If you haven't already, make sure you go check out our multiplayer review that we already put out on our channel. We'll probably have the link in the description or in the title card somewhere in this video. But today we're going to actually take a look at the campaign. Specifically, we're going to take a look at one of the campaign missions called HomeTown and what makes it so damn gritty. The mission starts off as a flashback where you play as one of the protagonists, Farah. You start off under a pile of rubble, and we can assume that a bomb went off in her hometown. As you turn your camera to see what's around you, you can see a dead woman, which is to be assumed to be her mother, as Farah calls her mother. Honestly, it's a great way to start off a mission, because it's one of the first times in a long time where Call of Duty actually makes you play as a little kid. I don't think in any other Call of Duty, or even any other shooting game per se, you've ever had to take place as a kid experiencing these type of war crimes. After you're rescued, you're reunited with your father, and the two of you hurry back to the house to retrieve your brother, and all of a sudden, shit goes down. It's really interesting to see that Call of Duty took a lot of stuff into consideration. The fact that you're in a child's body, everybody seems bigger than you, the world seems big, so it's a really nice change in pace. And as you might notice, as you run, you're not as fast as the adult characters, so it really puts you in the place of a child that makes you feel defenseless. As the two of you scramble to the city, you eventually reach the house and reunite with Farah's brother Hadir. Hadir actually says something interesting here.
I heard the bombs. I closed the windows, like you told me.
To me, it feels like this is not the first time that the kids have experienced something like this. Maybe this has happened before, because Hadir's instant reaction to board up the houses and lock doors is kind of interesting. It's like this has been done before, or something like this has happened already. Unfortunately, the reunion is ruined after a soldier barges through the door. Farah's father tries to de-escalate the situation, but unfortunately he gets killed. Now this is an interesting way to progress the story, because now the only person that could protect our two characters is now dead. And it's up to two kids to somehow find a way to survive the situation. So now the game makes you go through a cat and mouse chase. So you have to go around the house and look for objects to help kill and defeat the soldier. And trust me, this is the most anxious part of this mission. Remind you that you're just a little girl, you're defenseless. This dude has a gun and is powerful, so you have to find ways to sneak up behind him and land blows, eventually killing him. And after you hit the last blow, this happens.
Stab him, Fedra! Kill him! Good, Fedra! Again, this guy! It's working!
And the game makes us take one of the most painfully difficult shots I've ever taken in the Call of Duty, but this is probably because Farah's only like 8 years old, and we don't really see 8-year-olds handling AK-47s. What happens next is what I call Follow the Leader, where you just follow Hadir around the city. The game also takes this opportunity to throw a lot of hardcore things at you. Look, a dead child. Look, a dead dog. Look, a dead man. Oh wait, he's alive. You eventually reach your destination, but now you have to kill two soldiers who are in your way. For some odd reason, one of the soldiers leaves his pistol on the table. So now the goal is to go grab the pistol and kill both of the soldiers with Farah. You also have to use the cell phone that your father gave you to attract the soldiers' attention and go for the gun. Eventually you kill one of them, which I think is crazy, that two grown men were killed by an 8-year-old, but I digress. After killing the two soldiers, Hadir pops up and he decides that the best way to get out of the situation is to leave town. He decides that you guys should hop into one of the soldiers' trucks, and he even offers to drive the truck, but then suddenly the kids get kidnapped. As good as the mission was the first time I played it, I have to ask, what was the plan for these kids? Like, what were they actually going to do if they didn't get caught? The truck just happened to be there. Hadir couldn't have planned this the whole time. We can also assume that Hadir is way younger than Farah, probably like 6 years old. So you want to tell me a 6-year-old was about to drive a military-grade truck? And let's pretend like he was able to do that. Where would he even go? And like I stated earlier, it's kind of unbelievable that Farah was able to kill two military soldiers with 0 to no experience on how to use a gun, besides the other soldiers she killed 10 minutes before that. Hey, it's Call of Duty. Logic doesn't matter, it's all about experience, and that's what this mission nailed. The main goal for this mission was to give the audience an understanding of Farah and her backstory, and where her sense of responsibility and leadership comes from. Also, before this mission took place, it was revealed that Hadir stole the chemical bombs from the Russians. At this point of the story, we weren't really into Hadir. He wasn't that fleshed out of a character, so this mission acted like a sense of character development and a more of an understanding, and giving us a reason to care about him. Because boy oh boy does he play a big part of this campaign later on. Overall, this was a really good mission. My first playthrough through it, I really didn't question none of the motives and the reasoning behind the mission. But obviously now that I played it for a second time, I kind of realized this is kind of unbelievable, but regardless, it does make a major statement. It puts you in the shoes as a child, as you as a little girl and her little brother go through war crimes and a city taken over by terrorists. So overall, I honestly think they nailed it with this mission. Anyways, that's our take on this mission. If you guys want us to go over any other missions in the game, make sure you leave it in the comments down below. We'll be reading all the comments, and also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. A lot of games that were coming out this year, and a lot of games I played recently, so I might have more reviews, more videos like these coming out of the way. If there's any specific games that you guys want to see, also put that in the comment section down below. And at the end of the day, remember, it's all just a game.